Hey everybody, welcome to another Paint the Edge Up. We're teaching you to make a cool painting in about an hour and I get a little drunk doing it. My name is Joel and today we are painting this right here. Okay, this is called the Love Sunset. Ooh. That's kind of a nice, cool painting, and then you got the heart there to make it all fancy. Now you could do something else. If you didn't like a heart, you could do something else. Let's say you're a Dallas Cowboys fan. You could do a star. You could do any shape you want, really. So, shape of your state or something. Somewhere, any symbol that's important, you can make that for the silhouette. So, this one's kind of like all these. You can change these up however you want and do whatever you want with them. Let's see. As always with my classes, I'm going to give away a free giveaway painting with... All you got to do is correctly answer my subjective trivia question first in the comments, and I will send you a free painting of your choice. So, if you want to win a painting, follow along. I'll tell the trivia question a little bit. Also, if you haven't already, like, follow, share, subscribe, all the things, and yeah, just search Paint the Edge Off. You'll find me. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to go over what you're going to need for this painting. Okay, one thing you need is a canvas. Pretty obvious here. Some kind of canvas. I use 16 by 20, but you can use whatever size you want. But that's what my measurements are going to be for. I've also got an easel, okay? It's anything to sit your canvas on. You can just lay it straight down if you want also, though. So it's not necessarily important. I've also got paper towels, okay? Just any kind of paper towels. I've got a water cup, okay? Today for this one, I've also got a second little cup. You could use your same water cup if you wanted. You have to change the water out. But I've just got a secondary water cup, and that's going to be for doing splatters on my painting. I'm going to mix some white paint in there and splatter, make sure it's real watery. So I've got a second cup for that. I've also got paper plates for my palette. You can use whatever you want for your palette, but I use paper plates because they're nice and easy. I've got whiskey, okay? I've got a blow dryer that helps me dry my painting fast. I've also got some tools here. So I've got a pencil, just a regular pencil. I've got a Sharpie, okay? And then I've got a couple pieces, just chalk, just like sidewalk chalk, that I can draw on my paint with, and then it kind of erases later. But it's something you kind of sketch on your dried paint layers with. And okay, then I've got my big flat brush, my medium flat brush, my medium round brush, and my little baby round brush, okay? So those are my 4 brushes. Take those, put them bristle down your water cup, leave them there anytime you're not using them. And lastly, colors that we've got white, we've got black, I've got my orange, yellow. If you don't have orange yellow, you can just take yellow and red. Just mix a drop of red in there with a bunch of yellow, and you have an orangey yellow. I've got bright red, then I've got a phthalo blue, and I've got a violet. Okay, so that is everything we need for this. So with that being said, let's pull up the shot counter. Let's have fun, chat, follow along, paint the edge off. Let's go. Okay. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pencil, okay? First thing I want to do is draw a big heart shape, okay? And then I'm going to take my Sharpie and trace it. Okay, so let's just start here. I like to start with one side at a time. I like to make it kind of big so I see more of my painting showing up. I might just go ahead and make this a lot bigger. Yeah, there we go. All right, now one thing also you might need that I didn't mention was maybe a kneaded eraser, some kind of eraser. There we go. Now that's... Let me get my eraser. Where's my eraser? There it is. Oh! Okay, so I could take this and I can kind of erase any of these parts I don't like before I start painting. I'll go ahead and erase all that. Because this might show up vaguely if you have a nice... I drew my lines kind of dark so we could see them on the camera. You don't need to draw your lines that dark, really. Especially if you're just sketching it first, because the more you draw, the more you have to erase sometimes. So let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe I will bring... I need to bring this over... probably closer to there. There we go. Okay, there you go. That's pretty good. All right, so once we get our heart shape in there and we get it all drawn in just right, you know, kind of erase some of those lines you don't need, what we're going to do is we're going to take our Sharpie and erase, and trace some of these lines. But before we do that, let's go ahead and take us a shot. Okay, we successfully drew a heart, and that's a big accomplishment. So let's go ahead and reward ourselves with a nice shot of whiskey. Cheers. Okay. Take your Sharpie, and let's start tracing this in. Doesn't have to be exact. I'm kind of just doing like, you know, dotted lines because I don't want to sit here and really scribble in those lines. I just kind of loosely, just so that basically this is for when we start painting. Whoops. When we start painting, we can see where exactly that heart shape is. And then we don't have to go all the way to the edges when we're painting our background. We can kind of stop once we get outside the heart. Okay, so there we go. There we go. Let's start painting. So what we want to do is we want to start with our background here, and I'm going to start with my orange and white, work my way up, get some of that red in here. I'm going to keep it kind of in the middle. Then we take some of that blue around the outside edges and kind of blend that in. Okay, so let's take my white, and let's take some orange yellow. All right, let's take some red and some blue. There we go. Got all of our colors there. White is always hard to see. Okay, let's take our big brush out of our water cup, take it out, tap it off there so you feel fancy. And let's go ahead and take our brush, stir that water with our white paint. And once we get that going, we're going to mix that with some white with our orange yellow. What's orange yellow look like? It's a little darker than mustard, more orangey than mustard. Mayonnaise, and this kind of looks like Freddy's fry sauce. You guys were good at Freddy's? Okay, let's take some of this and let's start here at the bottom. Okay, and I'm just going to start down here. I'm just going to start going left and right. And I'm going to take this up to, you know, a little below halfway up, but about halfway. And there we go. Away we go. All right. Okay, and again, I'm going all the way to the edges of my heart there, outside those. Go over your heart. Okay, paint over your heart. That's what I've done with my life. Painted over my heart. So emo. Okay. Okay, now, once we get up to here, let's go ahead and give our brush a little bit of a wash. Doesn't have to be too crazy. And let's take a shot, okay? Let's take another shot. And then we'll get some light red, mix that in there, keep working our way up. Then we'll take our blue. Cheers. Oh, 3 shots. Let's go and get a little bit more white on here. Big brush. Tap it off. Let's get some light red. Now, white and red makes what, class? Pink. Oh, good job, pink. So we're going to mix up some pink here. We'll take your ketchup and your mayonnaise, mix that together. You get a nice pink. Okay, I want to get this pretty light. And red's a pretty strong color, so you have to use a lot of white. Honestly, just take a little drop of red, and that'd probably be enough. Okay. Now, once we get that mixed up, let's start right here, right above our yellow. But what we're going to do is we're not going to go all the way to the edges. Let's keep that kind of in the middle. And let's take it up maybe close. We're getting close to that top. We're still leaving a little gap there. Okay, now once we got this little section in here, let's go back down. And let's just lightly brush this in. Get some of these reds and orange mixing a little bit. Bring some of that back up into your red. So we've got a nice mixture going on. I like to see those little streaks in there. Doesn't have to be perfectly mixed. Okay, I can even take a little bit more orange if I feel like I want to see some more of that in here, which I kind of like. Now, the only danger of taking the orange up too high is when you mix your blue in, that orange and blue kind of make a shit color. So, you know, I try to keep that down here a little bit more, but it does look nice up there. And, you know, skies sometimes have a little bit of poopy colors mixed in, you know? Okay, let's wash our brush out real good. And we'll get some blue paint. So this is just phthalo blue by itself. Get your brush washed, mixed in with that, mix that water in. And we're gonna start filling in from the top, and then once we'll kind of fill in all around our orange and pink spots there. Then we'll go back and just kind of lightly, carefully mix those together. Okay, so let's start up here. Oh, thank you. Shannon says kind of like the color on your sleeve. Yeah, it is kind of like that color. Wait, which sleeve? I've got too many colors on my shirt.
What is this feeling?
Where does it come from? So let's take that all the way out to that heart shape, go all the way past that line that we drew. Nice, thick blue paint, solid blue, all the way around there. Okay, then once we get to this point, I'm not going to get any more paint on my brush. I just want to kind of lightly brush that in, let those colors mix. The blue's going to start mixing in with that pink and orange. I want to wait to add, I can add more paint at some point, but let's go ahead and start seeing how much we can get it, because once you get a bunch of paint, you can really get out of control fast. If I add any color, it might be the pink. And it looks like I might need some of that, because this is, so might not be quite enough paint. Okay, there we go. Now it's starting. Now, once you get past that rough, blank, white space on your canvas, and you get in there, once we get these colors wet and they're mixing, then I'm just going to go in there and really just start mixing them. Now, I'm just going to lightly brushing. Now, the biggest thing here is knowing when to stop. Okay, if you do this too much, you'll mix your orange and blues and reds and just have a big, swampy, gross, weird spot. There we go, something like that. And yeah, let's say I want a little bit more pink. Maybe my blue took over a little too much. The one thing you might do here, if you want to try to save something or salvage your background, is maybe take a little bit more pink and try to mix a little bit more of that in there. Get a nice thick glob on your... You can be kind of thick with this, but don't... It's all about knowing how much, when to stop, don't overdo it. So that kind of did something. If I go a little too crazy, it's one of those things where it kind of can snowball really fast. So that's showing, okay, I'm getting some cool different mixtures of colors there. Oh, crap. See, I might have overdone it there. Oh, crap. Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm scared. Okay, I'm going to stop before I totally ruin it. Okay, we're going to call that good for our background. And take a shot, congratulate ourselves. Okay, cheers. Okay, so let's see. Trivia. I'll do the trivia question next. You have a chance to win a free painting. Okay, so this weekend, hopefully you watched some football this weekend, but old Tom Brady got beat by Matthew Stafford, the old Detroit Lions quarterback. Pretty happy to see that. But, people say he's the GOAT, greatest of all time and stuff like that. So my trivia question today is, who is the greatest athlete of all time, okay? So, today, who's the greatest athlete of all time? Is it Tom Brady, A, B, Michael Jordan, C, Muhammad Ali, D, sports are toxic, E, Rocky Balboa, F, Ricky Bobby, G, Sanka Coffee, or H, Air Bud. All right? And it looks like we've already got a guess for Air Bud. Okay, so Air Bud off the table. But hey, who knows if that's the right answer? Okay, keep guessing. All right, and then whoever's right at the end here, I will... Actually, Jesus. Oh, yeah? Yeah, but Jesus didn't play organized sports, Yeah, that game was pretty awesome. So if you know me at all, you might know I'm a Detroit Lions fan, unfortunately. But that has been my lifelong team. And really, I'm just a loyal fan, okay? Should I have changed teams at some point in my life? Probably. But really, yeah, Barry Sanders. Okay, we got another guess for Spartacus. That's not one of the answers, but I like your imagination there. Spartacus, Jesus, who else? But yeah, Tom Brady was playing this weekend. Everyone's saying, "Oh, Matthew Stafford, he can't win the big games." And what does he do? He beats Tom Brady. He doesn't just beat Tom Brady. He comes back with a last-minute drive, no time on the clock hardly, comes down, wins it. And now poor little Tom Brady, out of the playoffs. Okay, now he's talking about retirement. Basically, he's like, I can't hang with this Stafford guy. He's too good. That's basically what's happening. So, I don't know if he will retire. Oh, God. Something tells me he probably won't, but who knows. Actually, a bunch of people are retiring from football this year. Aaron Rodgers might, like he always does every offseason, but I don't believe it. Okay, let's lay our painting down and let's start. We're gonna add some stars in here. So there's all these stars. Okay. So what we're gonna do? Let's get my. Haha. Okay. So what we want to do here is, that's why I have this second water cup here. It's just a solo cup. I just have water. All right. And I'm gonna take some white paint and I'm gonna squirt that down in there. All right. Take my round brush. You could do really any brush. I don't know. I just kind of like round brush for some reason. Just going to stir that in. And now here's the thing. You're going to stir this in a lot, and you want it to get to a certain thickness. Okay, how you know how to do that is you can kind of see how much it's dripping. That's really watery. If you can see there, my water's dripping. My brush is dripping. Just maybe this camera you can see a little better. It's really watery, okay? So I'll add some more white. Stir it up. And I kind of keep doing this for a minute till it gets thick enough that it's going to make a nice, solid, thick white drop on my background, okay? And, you know, it takes as long as it takes, okay? Can't rush art. I mean, you can, but... Ooh, that looks good. Getting frothy. Okay, now let's see. It's still pretty watery. A little bit more white paint. Let's see, what else did I watch this week? Definitely watched footballs. Oh, I watched Righteous Gemstones. I don't know, people talk about that show. It's like it's so great and funny. And I watched and I got like a few episodes in, like 3 or 4 episodes in, and I'll be honest, it's not a laugh riot to me. It was good. I liked it, but like I just kind of felt like a Coen Brothers movie. It was like this crazy shit happens, and it's kind of like a humorous. It's like a humorous drama or something. Or a humorous. It was kind of funny, you know, in ways, but it's really just like this crazy shit happens and whatever. I don't know. I was a little underwhelmed. I thought it was gonna be a lot funnier, but it was still. I mean, it's still interesting. Whatever. I don't blame anybody for liking it, but it wasn't quite what I thought it was gonna be. Okay, so let's see. We got our white mixed up with our thing. Now, here's what I'm gonna do to make these stars. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna splatter this. Okay. Now, what I like to do is just tap it on my finger. Oh yeah. And that's probably enough. You can add as much of this as you want if you really like all those stars. And once you start running out of paint, you get all these little bitty tiny ones. You can really go crazy with those. So once you get that, you're done. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and I'll put this brush back in my regular water cup. And I'm going to blow dry this painting. Now, you want to blow dry this laying down, obviously, so your paint doesn't run down your canvas. And you might even blow dry it on low first. That kind of gets some of these bubbles out, and it doesn't. If you blow dry it on high, you might even like spread out some of your paint, get these weird shapes that you weren't really meaning to. But if you start it like that, kind of get everything laid out, then you can go wow. Okay, I still kind of hold it back a little further so that, again, it's not blowing anything around. Just kind of hold it there. And this might take a minute. So in the meantime, let's take a shot. We can talk some more shit on Righteous Gemstones. It was alright. It was funny, but not that funny. Oh, look, I got it. See that one? I'll put a tree over that. I'll just hide that. It's because I was looking away. Cheers. There's another. Oh, I watched Daria. God, I can't remember what, because I have these like streaming services, and I'm like, go through and look at them and see what's on there. Daria was on one, and I always remembered that show from a kid, and I always loved it, or so I thought. Even though as a kid I like didn't get any of it, I think I just kind of liked the style, and it was just kind of the right show at the right time. I feel like it was very punk and whatever. I don't care. I'm Daria and blah blah blah. I went back and rewatched it. It was watched like I got through one whole episode, and I tried to watch it again, and that show really just was not very funny. Like, I don't know. Some of the over-the-top characters are kind of funny at first, just like their character, but that show all in all was just like too high and mighty, and I don't know, something about it. I was really disappointed. In my mind, I thought I loved Daria and thought it was like, oh, what a hilarious, cool show. I don't know. Maybe I just watched a bad episode. I don't know, but I was not impressed. I was kind of like, man, my memory really, nostalgia really failed me here. But hey, what do I know? Oh, did I count my last shot? I bet I didn't. Better take another one just to make sure. Yeah, Righteous Gemstones, I was a little disappointed in. Rewatching Daria, I was a little disappointed in. I don't know. It's kind of like, Daria kind of reminded me of like, Adam Sandler on SNL in the 90s. Everyone's like, he was so great. And I remember going back and rewatching some SNL from the 90s and being like, some of this stuff was good, like, some of it was good, like Opera Man. Some of those things were funny. He had some funny songs. He was kind of like Jimmy Fallon in that respect, the song stuff. But, I don't know. His acting wasn't too amazing. Yeah, we've probably outgrown Daria a little bit. Ozark, we watched, hey, cheers, Jay. Ozark, me and the old lady, we watched Ozark and got, hold on, let me get my shot counter. We got, I don't know, 5-6 episodes in, and I liked it, but didn't quite keep me super enthralled. It's hard not to just think of Breaking Bad when you watch Ozark, Except it's kind of like from the get-go, like, hey, this is what we're doing. It's not really hiding it from his family as much. Okay, this should be good now. Let's see here. Oh, God, almost knocked over my more stuff. Okay. Okay, so we have our painting now. Let's see how dry. It's still a little wet. It'll be fine. Okay, Jay, cheers. Okay. Let's do this thing. Let's draw in where our trees are going to be, okay? So we kind of got 2 layers of trees here. And some of our white might still be a little wet. Whatever. Let's see. Basically what I want to do is just kind of draw basically okay, Nate says Gemstones has been amazing. All right. I liked it. It just wasn't exactly what I would call just a barrel of laughs. It was humorous, but like I feel like it was more just about like the drama, like this crazy stuff that's happening. It was cool. But okay, tell me this. Do you feel like it felt like a Coen Brothers movie? Like it feels like Fargo or something, or like some kind of like it just seems how. Okay, we'll get back to that. Okay, So I'm going to draw some trees in here, kind of how high up they want to go. I don't want it to go too high up. I want to leave some of this like cool orange and pinks and blues, but I do want to cover up this blob that's weird. So I'm going to put a big tree right here. Maybe that'll be my tallest one. Give myself some space. I'm just going to kind of draw some lines. Let's do lines, people. Okay, so let's draw just some different size lines here. Like so. And there we go. No, exactly. Yeah, it's not a terrible thing either. And again, I liked it. It was just, you know, it just wasn't what I expected is all. So, not any fault. I think just whenever I heard about it, everyone would say it was so great, it was so funny. And it was funny. It just wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be, basically. It was a lot more serious. Lines, yes. Yes, Jay. Okay, let's take some purple, aka violet, and my white. And I'm going to take my small flat brush out of my water cup, take it, alright, tap it off, just tap off there a little bit. And I'm going to start by stirring that in with my white paint, and then stir some of that with my purple, get a nice light purple. Now let's get a real light purple, because we're going to make a second layer of trees with a darker purple. Okay, so I want to make sure this is going to be lighter than the second. Okay, so this is going to be our lightest purple. So lots and lots of white, just a little bit of the violet purple there. I chored on. You know, that sounds like iPhone. Me and my friend were talking about this iPhone, and like, somehow we went down a rabbit hole of like iPhone, capitalism, it's the new government. We take government and make it a little bit better. I chore drawn. The answer to your question is yes. So you may not see all the people talking, but I'm not making it up. Okay, so I'm going to start by kind of drawing in, tracing in these lines that I have drawn. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to... There's a couple of ways you could do this. Uncle Baby Billy had me rolling. Uncle Baby Billy. Now, there's a couple of ways you could do this. You could take your... Basically, you want to get wider as it gets to the bottom, right? My one tip, precaution, is as you go down, don't get super wide super fast. Keep it very narrow as much as you can. You can always make it wider, but you can't make it skinnier, okay? You can only make it bigger, so start small. So you could take your thing and you could just kind of shimmy down, shimmy shake, right? Another way to do it is kind of do these little just dabs like that. I kind of like this. I think this looks a little bit nicer. Okay, but again, I'm going to try not to get super wide, super fast. Aren't we all trying to do that though? Not get super wide, super fast. I know I'm trying. I'm failing. I've gotten so wide so fast in my life, and I just thought, what happened? I used to be so skinny, and now I'm so wide. Okay, now once we get down here, we can kind of just fill it in, you know? Okay. I Jordan. How do you say your name? Mike. Mike Chick. Give me the mic, Rob, so I can take it away. Okay, so I'm just going to go through fill these in. Let's see what else has been going on. Oh, yesterday I was driving around and I don't know, this car, these two, as I was stopped, I was turning left and there's a car that's to the left of me, like coming perpendicular, turning left. And they pull out, like into the intersection, they have all these chances to go. And they're turning left, and it's like, they have to wait on this traffic to go by or whatever. And they're waiting, and they're waiting. And then there's like clear opportunities, like this, and they'll start to go. And then there's a car that comes over the hill, and it's like a mile away, and they just wait the whole time. It goes by, they start to go. They see another car, they stop, and this goes on until the light turns red. And then after the light's red, they're even like, "Should we go?" And they start to go, and they stopped. And at this point, they're holding up all the traffic. And I looked, and it's this old couple. They looked like so old, and I just thought like, man, I don't know. What's going through their heads, Like, I don't know. Like, just so cautious that it was bizarre to me, really. Like, I was just kind of like, if you can't see or something, or you don't know what's happening, stop driving. But also, like, how do you not... At this point, everyone's just waiting for you to go, and everyone's just looking at them like people are honking. And it's like, when people are honking and everyone stopped, I think you can go, Hey, thank you. Let's take a shot. Appreciate you for stopping by. Toro X Game. Thank you. Okay. That's what Jameson and Rumple. Dude, you guys drink Rumplemint and I don't get it. Rumplement's something that I avoid like the plague. Every time I drink Rumplemint, I end up throwing up or something. Cheers. Ooh. Okay, while I fill in the trees, let me put the trivia question back up. So again, this weekend, Tom Brady got knocked out of the playoffs, and now he's talking about retiring. So, in the spirit of Tom Brady and shit like that, who's the greatest athlete of all time? Is it A, Tom Brady? You're missing out. I'm not missing out on Rumplemint. I've partaken in Rumplemint, and not for me. You're a stronger man than I am. Okay, is it A, Tom... Okay, who's the greatest athlete of all time is A, Tom Brady, B, Michael Jordan, C, Muhammad Ali, D, sports are toxic, E, Rocky Balboa, F, Ricky Bobby, G, Sanka Coffee, or H, Air Bud. Okay, now H has been guessed, and F has also been guessed, okay? Okay, and now C, Muhammad Ali. Okay, so yeah, obviously Tom Brady, football player. Michael Jordan, basketball player. We've got Muhammad Ali, the boxer. Okay, then we've also got, sports are toxic. Okay, Rocky Balboa, another boxer. People argue he's could have probably taken Muhammad Ali in his prime if they fought at the same times, That's a good debate, okay? I'm here for it, okay? F, Ricky Bobby. Now people say NASCAR driving's, not the whatever. But, I mean, you got to give it to the guy. He has more championships, I think, than every one of them combined throughout history. So, you got to put him in there. If it's about championships, is Ricky Bobby the best of all time? Okay, then we have Sanka Coffee, who, of course, is the famed Jamaican bobsled team member who he's the one who kept them alive and took a team that had never been to the Olympics to win the whole thing, okay? Now, I don't know. You really got to read the whole story on Sanka Coffee. I think there was a documentary made about them at one point. He had this lucky egg that he would kiss before they started bobsledding. But again, another great athlete. And then, of course, last, Air Bud. Now, if you take, let's talk about how hard something is. Let's talk about playing a sport that having no opposable thumbs, zero. No one in your species has even done this before, okay? Let alone, just being the best of your species. Being the first ever in your species to do it, I mean, it's pretty incredible, okay? So those are your answers. Take a guess. Let's take another shot. All right, trivia question coming down. Okay, so we got our purple mountains in. Our first layer. Those are our light purple. All right. Let's take us a shot. And let's think about who was the greatest athlete of all time. Now we had another one, Tony Hawk. Ooh, probably the best, skateboarder of all time, right? Happy Gilmore. Now, he had a very short-lived career, but he was great. I can't put him up there amongst guys like, Shooter McGavin or there's so many, but okay. Blow dry time. All right, what else? What else? I don't know. I don't know how you guys drink friggin' Rumplemints, man. Rumplemints is like toothpaste. It just makes me so sick. I drink it and then I just, gotta throw up. The last time I took Rumplemints was at Art's place with you guys. I didn't take one Rumplemint shot, and then at the end, everyone's drinking, and I couldn't find my beer, so somebody gave me a Rumplemint shot, and I took one. Yeah, toothpaste water. And I took one. Shortly after, my ride showed up. My girlfriend showed up and picked me up, and we went home. And I got home, and I hung out for a little bit, and then I eventually just vomited everywhere. Not everywhere, into the toilet, but it was a lot. I threw up basically everything. Everything I drank, everything I ate that night, it destroyed me. So, it is a damn shame. It really is. That's a damn shame. It really is a damn shame. Rumplemint wasted my money that night. Okay? Rumplemint's a real son of a bitch. Okay, let's take some more purple, mix that in. Let's get a Daca purple. Now we could go ahead and we could draw those lines in like we did the first time and then go back and trace them in and do them the same way. Okay, but I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, let's say there's one here. Crap. Okay, getting those drips. That means my water is not fully mixed in. So let's stir our paint back in. Okay, before we blow it. Don't blow it. Come on, Joel. Don't blow it right now. Come on. You son of a bitch, Joel. All right. Okay. So now, what I want to do too is I want to take my brush, kind of pull it through, flip it over, pull it through. That keeps it kind of flat. Okay. And let's go ahead and trace in some lines. Let's put maybe some. I don't like to put them right on top of these, maybe in between if you can. They overlap, it's not a big deal, but try to put them kind of in between. Now these are going to be lower, okay, and they're going to fade off. You're not going to see as many of these, okay. So maybe have a couple that rise above, like a phoenix. Okay, but for the most part, they're going to fade off on the sides. You're not going to see them on the side so much. I'm going to rise out of my overalls like a phoenix. I don't even know what that's from. What is that from? I know that was from a movie. You'll see me rise out of these overalls like a phoenix. I don't remember what that's from. I feel like it's from something really dumb that I've seen. I watch a lot of dumb stuff. Because I'm dumb. I like when people tell me I'm smart, and I'm like, I don't think, I don't think you know me that well. I don't know. I think I've just must be good at fooling people or something. I don't know why. You're smart. Like, I think I just, maybe I make more wise decisions or something. I don't know. I don't know why. But I'm telling you right now, I'm a dumb person. Like, when I read, I suck at reading. Like, I start reading, I just fade off. I can't get through a paragraph usually. You know what else I hate? Okay. You know what else grinds my gears? You know, I hate is when people put like on a Snapchat or their Facebook story that's all of like max 10 seconds that it's up. And it's like all this text and all this information like, well, NASA says, blah, 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 and it's gone. I have to be like, what did that say? That looked interesting. I have to keep tapping back, and I get through and I'm like, okay, tap back. Like I have to like keep my eyes like in the same place and not move around and be like, okay, I was here, okay, tap. And I gotta read back from where I'm at, and I'm like, okay, it's gone, tap back, read back, tap, read back. And I get through it eventually, but like, people stop putting like paragraphs in a 10-second snap. Like, I just don't, I don't know, do people not understand that like, it's like impossible to read in that amount of time? Like, you don't put that much info. Or especially something that's like so informative and so important in a Snapchat or like a Facebook fucking story. Like, I don't know. Put that, just like post that, okay? Put a post where I can look at it for as long as I want and my dumb brain can read it, you know? Have all the time I can to read it, because I just don't know who can read all that shit in like 8 seconds. 10 seconds, I guess. Sometimes it's 10 whole seconds, but sometimes it's 5 seconds. Bunch of bullshit. Okay, well, let's see. Well, we've gotten most of our painting done. Let's take a shot. Ooh. I know I missed a shot or two. And I took one before I started streaming, so whatever. Oh. Okay. Let's blow dry a little bit and keep going, okay? Oh man, you know what else I hate? The phrase, "there's a lot to unpack there." Like, I think we've really overdone it with that phrase. Now, there's a lot to unpack there. Just stop saying unpack so much. Like, everybody, it's like the trendy thing to say. You don't sound smarter. Just stop saying it. There's a lot to unpack there. And it's like they think they're so frickin' smart or coy or something saying that phrase. And it's like, hey, you're just saying what everyone else is saying. You're not. You know what else grinds my gears? Baskets at grocery stores, okay? Okay, tell me this. This is a real question. Why on God's earth? Okay, let's say you go to Harps, Kroger, whatever your fucking grocery store is, right? You got the cart you push, right? Then you got the little cart you can hold, little basket, right? Little shopping basket. Okay, now why are the handles like long ways, where like hot dog style, or like, I guess, hamburger style or something? But like, you hold it and then the wide side is just hitting your leg. Like, you can't carry it to your side. You got to carry it out like this because it's the wide way. Why don't they put the handles this way so you carry it and the wide way is this way instead of this way? Like, what is that? You got to hold it like this. If they just changed it, you'd hold it like this and the wide side would go this way. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? What basket like this? Long ways. What it is now is it's like this. It's like this is the long way. And you hold your handle and it's so wide, it's like this wide. You got to hold it here and be like, okay, does that make sense to anyone? Yes, like a duffel bag. Exactly, Nate. Every car has that one wheel that's a little fucked. Yeah, they do. They all have a fucked up wheel. What is that? Ugh. Okay, people, one more shot, all right? And then let's paint the black in. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, shoulder strap. Or what's the thing with the babies when you have your baby and it's like on the front of you? Do that. Little baby carrying thing. And you got a little basket there to go shopping with. That's very good. Yes. Thank you, Nate. Yeah, we're trying to buy stuff from your store. Why are you making it hard on us? I'll tell you why, because they know you're coming back. They don't give a shit. Okay. Hey, let's keep painting, okay? Let's take a new plate, get some black paint, and keep on going. Now, we're going to need a lot of black paint to fill in all the sides here. Let's take our big brush out of our water cup. If you still got paint in it, give it a nice washing. Okay, now when I wash my brush, I just swish it back and forth. Okay, you don't need to stab the bottom of the cup violently, okay, like a lot of people do. I don't know why. They just take their anger out. Maybe Bob Ross has made everyone think that you just beat the devil out of all your brushes. Now, you do with giant brushes when you're oil painting with hog hair brushes and stuff like that. If you're painting with a synthetic hair brush like this one, or pretty much, if you're painting with acrylic paint or watercolor, it's probably a synthetic hair brush. And those brushes will get destroyed very easily. They're very soft, very thin, very delicate. If you beat the devil out of them, they will be destroyed and they will not work well. Okay, so when you wash your brush out, don't stab the bottom. Everyone always does it. They go, or they just stab the bottom of the cup. Don't do that. Just swish it back and forth in there. You can swish it back and forth, pretty aggressively, and it'll be fine. But if you stab the bottom of the cup, you're going to ruin your brush, okay? I'm just telling you, okay? Look, don't get mad at me, okay, for telling you how it is, okay? I tell it like it is, all right? That's just how I am. I just tell it like it is. Especially when I've got 9 shots in me. 9 shots of Four Roses whiskey. Four Roses whiskey. We took whiskey and made it a little bit better. It's the I government. It's the new Apple government. We took government and make it a little bit better. It's I capitalism. We took capitalism and made it just a little bit better. Apple. We brought you the Apple Watch, the iPhone, the iMac. And now, I-communism. We took a form of government and made it just a little bit better. Like, what would be the next step for Apple? Make like Apple tables or Apple chairs. I bet they do. They're gonna get in like IKEA's realm. Speaking of IKEA, I bought an air purifier because I have a cat and I'm allergic to cats because I'm an idiot. And surprise, surprise, it's not great for my asthma. So everyone's like, I have some friends, not everyone, a couple friends of mine were saying air purifiers are good. So I got an air purifier, and I go online, do my research, what's the best, blah, 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 for the press. And there's this IKEA one, so I got it, right? And it says it's nice, it's working well. And that's all I really had to say. It works nice. So anyway, don't really know where that story was going, but yeah. Mixed reality glass. I think they have those, the Apple, like the eyeglass or something, or some Apple glasses or whatever. Where, yeah, you can see that stuff. It's the new iGirl. It's a sex robot made by Apple. We took girlfriends and make them just a little bit better. It's the new eye bartender. We took bartenders and make them just a little bit better. Apple's gonna come for your job, Nate. It's gonna be a new eye bartender. It's eye whiskey. We took whiskey and make it just a little bit better. And we make it exclusive where it doesn't work with anything else but Apple stuff. So you think it's better. Okay, so now once we get this filled in, one of the last things we want to do is paint your edge off. Paint your edge off. Quite literally, paint your edges. Let's see how even I'm going to get this heart. I don't know if it's going to be super symmetrical. Maybe I'm kind of a little off on this left side here. It's the eye paint. We took paint and made it just a little bit better. Alright. We're so close. I'm so close. Okay, I think, yes. Oh shit. Okay, that's okay. Okay, let's go ahead and make that a little smoother. Okay. It's a pretty good heart shape, I think. I think I got pretty good. I did a good job. Good job, Joel. Thanks. Good job, Joel. Thanks, I appreciate it. Alright. We'll just leave it like that. Fuck that. Let's just not do the last part. So paint your edges. And paint your edges. You also want to sign your painting. Okay. And I gotta paint it, and I can't not paint that. My anxiety. You know what else grinds my gears? You know, after a while, like, look, I am all for bringing attention to mental illness. But after a while, just the fucking white girl, just the white girl on social media all day long, like, and people don't understand anxiety affects you this way. It's like after the 100th time, it's like, I think you got it. I think we're all aware about anxiety, and that's what you claim to have, is that you have anxiety, and it's just unfathomable how hard it is. I think we get it. It's one thing if it was like once in a while, but it's like the same people constantly like, people don't understand how hard anxiety is. Like, yes, you're right, but like, it's just, I don't know, when it's just the same thing over and over, complaining about one problem in the world, you know, I don't know. It's where I think at some point social media sucks, because after a while you're just redundant. You know, but it's, and now what I'm doing is redundant. I do the same thing every week, but this is not just me complaining. I guess I am complaining about problems, aren't I? I'm just over here complaining about the same shit. I'm not complaining about the same shit every week, though, hopefully. I don't know, maybe I am. Anyway, that's just an annoying thing, I guess. It's just like, just seeing all these same people constantly complaining about their anxiety is so hard. And you're right, I'm not downplaying it and all that shit, but I don't know. So just talk about something different once in a while. If you're gonna be on social media and posting 1,000 things a day, just, you know, maybe focus on something different once in a while that you're complaining about. I like to complain about a lot of things, you know, really round it out. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. I've gone off the rails here now. I'm too drunk. Okay, let's take a shot, and last thing you want to do is sign your name. Okay, let's talk about winners of the trivia question here. Cheers. Ah. Okay, today's trivia question was, who is the greatest athlete, or the greatest athlete of all time is A. Tom Brady, B. Michael Jordan, C. Muhammad Ali, D. Sports are toxic, E. Rocky Balboa, F. Ricky Bobby, G. Sanka Coffee, or H. Air Bud. Okay, now, the correct answer was... Correct answer was Air Bud, okay? Look, say what you will about Air Bud. He has no opposable thumbs, okay? He's playing a sport that he has no right to play. So, Ike, however you say your name, you win a painting. But also, but in real, let's say Muhammad Ali, Jay, you win a painting. Nate, you already have some paintings you need to take. I'm just going to give you some paintings. So I'm just going to get rid of a bunch of paintings this week and just give them away. Okay, so Jay, go to my Paint the Edge Off page on Facebook. There's an album. It says giveaway paintings. There's like 30-something paintings. Pick at least one, okay? Nate, I'm just going to bring you the ones that no one wants and get rid of some. And you can use them as, I don't know, toilet paper, coasters. You can use it as a frisbee. You can frisbee some paintings around. So, anyway, thank you. Congratulations to Nate, Jay, and Jordan. You all win paintings. And until next week. Oh, next week we're painting this. Let me show you what we're painting next week. Next week is called Snowy Forest. Ooh. Ignore the terrible picture that I took because I don't know how to take... I took this picture like 2 years ago before I really mastered lighting and my phone and glares on paintings. Not that I haven't mastered it all now, but I can kind of get away from some of the terribleness of how horrible this painting is. But, take out the crappy picture quality, and it's a nice painting. Okay, so that's what we're doing next week. And, yeah, thanks again. Have a great week. And, like always, I love you. And, keep on keeping on. Don't keep your head up. Oh, I didn't sign my painting. Hey, don't let Rumplement shots get you down. All right, keep on trucking. All right, sign your painting so it's an official fancy painting. Once you sign your painting, it's worth millions of dollars, if you didn't know that. And yeah, so, spay and neuter your animals. I took my pets to the vet. Maybe I'll talk about that next time. Yeah, so, you're not supposed to say a lot when you're talking in public. So, till next time, I love you guys. Bye.